Family Leonardo, me Nasila did on multimedia, the CEO voice of Salon. Today I come for talk to now, my family, make una continue to subscribe to our YouTube channel and share to our friends them. As we always try to bring on the latest news what they happen around Salon, whether it be politics or any other news them, what they happen or gossip, what they bring out to live and direct. So please, my family, don't forget to subscribe and share to our friends them. You wanna touch the bell icon so that you don't miss any video we will try for bring out to now. So that's also we want make una don't forget also for subscribe to we TikTok channel on TikTok and also on Facebook or Facebook page or the Voice of Salon or also the on Instagram Voice of Salon. Please family, and don't forget to share. Okay, thank you now. Tata.
Cherno Alphaba. And me, na the editor-in-chief of the African Express. This na the third episode, or episode number 3 of a special series where they look into the secret abortion bill of Julius Maada Bio. In the previous 2 episodes, we exposed the fact say the APC and SLPP politicians will occupy the Parliament of the Republic of Sierra Leone. They can try for secretly pass into law a bill which will legalize abortion. What does that mean? It means say the APC and SLPP politicians who in the current parliament in Sierra Leone, they try for make one law we go give woman them and girl picking them the right for poil belle whenever they get belle if you no want for keep that belle there. We even mentioned the fact say this law within the past it will make a compulsory on any doctor or healthcare worker for help any woman we request for poil belle, for poil that belle if the woman don't want for keep the belle. And this right for poil belle, it include even married woman. If married woman get belle, you don't need for consulting man. If you don't want for keep the belle, you can go to the hospital and ask the doctor or anybody to work na that hospital they for say you want poil the belle and na obligatory na by force. If the woman request that service day, the doctor or the healthcare provider for provide that service day to that woman they or girl picking day. According to the law where they want pass, if the doctor or the woman no agree for help, the patient when this belle woman we request for say one poil in belle, no agree for help for poil the belle, the doctor or the healthcare worker go don't violate the law. And if they find carry go to court, then find you guilty, the punishment for we not help belle woman for poil belle na 12-month jail term or a fine of 5,000 new Leone, if not the old money na 5 million Leone, or both the fine of 5,000 new Leone or 5 million Leone and 12-month jail term and any other punishment where the government want for add on top, then 2 things a day. And that will include, for example, if you na doctor or healthcare worker, then go ban you say you not get right for practice again because you don't discriminate against somebody we request abortion services. So the law not provide any alternative for anybody, doctor or nurse, we no want for participate or no want for administer abortion service because he believes say in religion or other cultural beliefs we get, not allow them for participate in abortion. The law talks say as long as you're a doctor or a healthcare provider, according to this law, if they make it into law, if a belle woman come before you, girl picking or married woman no, or any kind belle woman come before you say, I no want me belle, I want for poil, I want me help me for poil the belle, now by force, if for help and for abort the pregnancy. So the bill where they talk about, not a bill where they only legalize abortion, a bill where they make them compulsory on healthcare providers for provide abortion services to anybody who requests such a service. And failure to provide abortion service means that the said healthcare provider will be convicted on charges of discrimination. And the charges on discrimination, when you are convicted under this law, the punishment are 12-month jail term, a fine of 5,000 new Leone or 5 million Leones, the old Leone, or both the fine and the jail term and any other undefined punishment that the state or the government intend or want for impose on you. For example, if you are a public sector worker or public service employee, then go even talk say you're not eligible or qualify for public service employment anymore because you don't discriminate against women who decide for choose not for get belle or decide for abort a pregnancy. That's not the implication. Now, just one example of what in the inside the law, where Parliament, currently made up of APC and SLPP politicians and Julius Maada bill, and in cabinet that include the Vice President Mohammed Julde Jallo and all in small ministers them, one for pass. In the past 2 episodes, we mentioned the individual roles of certain people in Julius Maada bill's illegal cabinet. We call it illegal cabinet because it's a cabinet, it's a government constituted without the proper conduct of elections. Up to now, we not see the election result. So when we talk about members of parliament in the first place, these are politicians who occupied the institutions of governance, parliament, cabinet, city councils, local government councils, without the production of an election result. These illegitimately appointed politicians who have occupied governance institutions without a proper electoral mandate, now they try for secretly make laws and public policies without the knowledge of the public. So we don't ask a number of questions in the last 2 episodes which have remained unanswered, which is, among others, the first question is, if these politicians believe, say, the so-called Safe Motherhood Act, the abortion bill that they are trying to make into law, is in the interest of women, is in the interest of girls, is in the interest of protecting the reproductive rights of women and girls, why are they making the law a secret? Why haven't they provided the content of the legislation to the public? And why have they decided to hide the fact that they are actually legalizing abortion in Sierra Leone? Up to now, with all the lie, when the lie in a radio, they go and defend, they talk lie, they lie. They're not able to answer that simple, basic question. Why the secrecy? Why are they hiding? Why are they deceiving the public? In the first place, they call the abortion bill a safe motherhood bill because they don't want to make the public know saying abortion they want for legalize. And now when they are exposed, when the issue has been exposed, they begin to say, now the abortion law of 2015, where the parliament, led by the APC at the time, passed into law and an Kuruma reject, now they don't reactivate and can go back to parliament. In the previous episode, we talked say that a lie. Because in the days of Anes by Kuruma in 2015, there was no pretense. They not hide the fact say they want to legalize abortion. They call the bill an abortion bill. The parliament at the time, led by the APC, that had Cherno Ramadan Majuba as Deputy Speaker of Parliament, passed the bill into law. And as Kuruma rejected the bill, inaugurated signer into law. The bill died in 2015. Now in 2024, Maada bill and in Vice President Mohammed Julde Jallo and in chain of small ministers also develop a new law for legalize abortion. Then they hide the name of the bill, then call them Safe Motherhood Bill because they don't want the public for no say an abortion bill. Now when we don't catch them, then they lie. First they lie say the bill not to abortion. We don't read clause 9, 1 and 2, A and B. We explicitly talk about not only the fact that abortion, therefore be legal, that not compulsory on any healthcare provider for provide abortion service to anybody who requests such a service. If you not do it, you go jail for 12 months. Then go fine you, then go even add other punishment on top of the that you hate. And whether a married woman or not married woman, regardless of the circumstance of the pregnancy, if the woman decides they don't want to keep the pregnancy, get the right for poil the belly. In the days of Anes by Kuruma, the new law even give options, say, if you're a doctor or healthcare provider, belly woman come to you, he say one poil belly, and you talk say your religion or your cultural belief no allow you for do that, you get right no for say you know they do it. They no go do you nothing. Therefore, if you say you no go do it, they will carry go jail. So I see the difference. We will not talk about the difference in the previous episode. So we decided to make this new episode, number 3 episode, for continue this conversation and in response to new developments. What are the developments and they include 2 things. One, for address another big lie where the politicians they were responsible for this bill, they pass the lie in the last 2 days. In previously, they don't lie, say the bill, not to abortion bill. We don't expose that lie. They would not read the content of the bill and ask them why they make a secret and believe it's not to abortion bill. Why did they hide? They no answer. Then talk say the bill where they don't go to parliament, na abortion bill, but an excrement bill, and they can go back na parliament. It's a lie. In fact, the size of the bill, the length of the bill, na different. It's different. The name of the bill then different. APC they say abortion bill. They say safe motherhood because they want deceive the people in criminal way for make law. There is nowhere in the world where you are making laws for the public and you believe say they develop public policy for the interest of the public, they hide. The question still remains, why are you hiding? What are you hiding? Why are you deceptive? If you truly believe say the bill is in the interest of the public, why are you hiding it? Why are you even smuggling the name abortion under the category of safe motherhood, as if the whole country no sabi nothing? So now no answer the question. This whole thing begin lie again. Now they begin lie say the interreligious council, the religious leaders in the country, we don't begin express concern as they been do in 2015 for say they don't want this kind of law. This law not in the interest of the public. Then begin don't lie and then they say in fact the religious leaders don't accept some part of the bill. Then they can discuss how they go address the other parts of the bill where they don't agree. So now that lie they want for address. Because since we produced the last 2 episodes, we've been receiving phone calls from concerned Sierra Leoneans, when we say concerned Sierra Leoneans, we mean community leaders, both men and women, religious leaders, faith-based organizations, youth organizations, women's groups across Sierra Leone and across the world where Sierra Leoneans are located. And not only that, other organizations who are concerned about human rights, concerned about the protection of women, have also contacted us for making them understand what in this discussion they about. What is the issue or issues here? We tell them, say, the issue here is one simple thing which deals with transparency in public affairs, transparency in public policy making, transparency in the process of legislation. That we have a group of politicians who hijacked governance in Sierra Leone and have gone ahead to develop public policies and change the constitution of Sierra Leone, change the national laws of Sierra Leone in secrecy. They have transformed governance into a secret society affair, into an Igbale business, just like how the Poro society, who said that for na Igbale, na the Kanta, who said na so the members no more go dey. Not so government they run. Governance is for the public. Public policies are for the public. And national legislations are a national affair. They are not a secret society affair. They are not a Poro society affair. They are not Oje business. Not to own the business. Where so the member don't go na the Poro bush or the society bush. Where you say governance, na public policy affair. It has to involve the public. So the question still remains, which they have refused to answer. If these people actually believe, say, the safe motherhood bill, now a bill within the interest of reproductive rights, now one way to protect the interests of women, why did they decide to hide from the market women of Freetown, the market women of Makeni, of Bo, Kenema, Bont, Pujeun, Moyamba, Kono, Cambia, Putloko, right across the country? Why was the bill taken to Parliament and was going to be secretly made into law in less than a day without a public debate, without public conversation, without the knowledge of the public? Even as we speak, the various voices across the country, from religious leaders to community leaders to imams, pastors, preachers, youth activists, human rights organizations who have expressed concern, are saying that they are even shocked that abortion is about to be legalized in Sierra Leone without their knowledge and without their input, without consultative processes, public consultation that is required, that it should be the basis for such decisions that will affect each and every member of the Sierra Leonean public, both man, woman, small, young, old, those who are born today, those who will be born tomorrow. So I get two calls, for example, from one religious leader, a preacher, we decide say, not go only tell me thank you or tell the African Express thank you for where we inform the public that there's a secret process in Parliament for legalized abortion without the knowledge of the public. But the fact that this individual go as far as ask Julius Maada Bio and the Vice President, Mohamed Jul Dejalo, and all the politicians, including the ministers, Maada Bio and cabinet members, where they make this law and where they defend this law, if their mama them been decide, say they will go abort them belly without them papa in consent, without even asking them papa them, then go to hospital, say then they spoil them belly. If they go there alive today or become even president, vice president, or ministers. Now I say, okay, point number one question. In addition to the questions we don't ask, we will definitely ask your own question, which is, if Maada Bio in mama or the vice president in your mama and the mothers of all the politicians where they advocate for abortion, where they try for legalize abortion and give girl picking then and woman then the right for poil belle. If then your mama them been decided they will go poil them belle, if they go still there alive and become president, vice president, and minister then. I say, okay, I go ask that question there for you. So I don't pose the question, and which is in my thinking is one way of asking whether the president that Sierra Leone currently has, Julius Maada Bio, and in vice president, and in ministers, and the APC and SPP politicians within our parliament don't inform the women, the men, young and old, that the country say that they try for legalize abortion, give women and the right for poil belle anytime they want for poil belle. And a different way of asking the question, because if you're not being poil your own belle, you're there alive and you don't become president, you don't become vice president, you don't become minister, you don't become parliamentarian, and now you secretly try to make law for poil belle or future Pikinde, then which consultation you don't do with the people that wake up for born them Pikinde and they wake up for replace you as president, as minister, as parliamentarian? So now I say, okay, Pastor, I go ask the question for you. So Pastor, I don't ask the question where you say make I ask. The other question where also come to me, na one imam, one fulapa, na Eastern Freetown. I know call the pie name because he say, like you not call me name, just ask me question no more. Now he call me, say, Baba, I don't hear you say them politicians and them honorable the way they in a parliament and the minister then say they want for make abortion legal na sarlo. Na tiru dan they all na lie in the lie because I don't believe say na tiru. I say na tiru bem Baba. And not the only say they want for make abortion legal, then say anybody when a doctor, if you not agree for poil belle, you will go na jail. Then go jail you. He say for true. I say, yes, not true. I say, but not only that, you for no say, Baba, the parliamentary day, 2015, not to now, 2015, the APC and SPP politicians will be in a parliament. That time way, Cherry Kokona being deputy speaker of parliament, they be not make this law. Then them vote, then pass the law. If it left now no more for make an escroma sign for say don't agree, make the thing become law. Now they tell them religious people, then imam, then sheikh, the interreligious council go meet and tell and say, no, not pass the law. Now you reject the law. That 10 day, the parliament will be vote for that law day. APC and SPP politicians, one of the leaders of parliament at the time was Cherno Ramadan Majuba in the days of the APC in 2015. Today, among the group of politicians where they try for secretly pass this law, make even people that don't know, they include Mohamed Jul Dejalo, they include Julius Maada Bio, they include all the cabinet ministers there. When I go list their name now one by one. So if I answer that question there, Baba, yes, not Tiru Bembeng, the politician then, where they in power now, we don't take over parliament and the cabinet, they want to make law, we go make abortion legal in Asarlo. So that is not a lie. That is what they are doing. So I'll answer them 2 questions and give them as an example of the many questions, the many concerns that have been coming to me, to us in the Africanist press. And the questions are many. They are coming from youth groups, they are coming from religious leaders, they are coming from community elders, they are coming from parents, heads of households, heads of villages, heads of towns, across the board. In fact, in front of me, Naya, I get 3 statements. One from the Interreligious Council of Sierra Leone, issued on the 17th of December 2024, on expressing their own position on this abortion bill. Then a statement supposedly from the National Union of Muslim Students, issued on the 24th of December 2024, same thing, expressing their own concerns regarding the abortion bill. And a statement supposedly from the Catholic Bishops' Conference of Sierra Leone, issued on the 18th of December 2024, and signed by supposedly here Archbishop Edward Tamba Charles, Bishop Charles A.M. Campbell, the Bishop of Bo, Archbishop of Freetown, the Archbishop of Makeni, Bob John H. Kuruma, the Archbishop of Henry Aruna of Kenema, and copied to Julius Bio, the Chief Minister, and the rest of the other people. These are supposedly statements from examples of the many statements and documents that people are sending us regarding the position of women's organizations, youth organizations, human rights organizations, expressing shock and concern that the parliamentarians, the politicians who currently occupy parliament, and Julius Maada, Bio, Julia Jallo, and the rest of the other cabinet members are deciding to legalize abortion without their own knowledge, without their own input. We will take a break now. We'll come back. We'll go flesh out. We will go into the details of these letters and these statements as examples, and then talk about what is going to happen next. So maybe we take a break here.
Because I am the Prime Minister and I control and rule this. Long live this republic. Now we're going to call it a banana republic. From where I stand, I can clearly see your tormented faces. How you must hate me. I wonder how many think of killing me, of assassinating their country's leader. But again, looking at you all, I see fear, passive fear, fear of death. No martyrs are among you. So I'm safe within the confines of the law to overtax you, underpay you, overwork you, police force you, bury you, black people, my people, victims of society, victims of Western democracy. No martyrs are among you. And even though our country achieved independence, European rules still prevail. Neocolonialism has its roots deep in our soil. I care not, as long as I am well paid. No martyrs are among you. So I'm safe within the confines of your passivity to stand on this rostrum and address you and fill your oppressed ears with mocking promises. As I speak for all those who are here with me, brown skin and nearly white. For color, class, and creed have no meaning where the almighty dollar is concerned. And on behalf of the government here and abroad, I would like to thank you, voters, for dipping your fingers in the blood, thus marking an X, giving us the wrong to do wrong. You don't have to hear me, God. You know them. No martyrs are among you. And I say it again, no martyrs are among you. So you can't go on with all of the black power this and you know Rasta this and all the this you can find. I shall cut you know, no martyrs are among you. Welcome to this republic. We're going to call it the Banana Republic. And I feel very safe. Very safe. Because I know no waiting on the Lord for save you. But the Lord not going to come for save you. Because I am the Prime Minister and I control and rule this with my friends in England. No martyrs are among you. No martyrs are among you. Thank you very much.
Before the break, we mentioned the fact say we don't receive a lot of concerns, phone calls, messages from the Sierra Leonean public, both at home and abroad, asking questions and expressing concerns over the secret plan of Julius Maada Bio and the politicians of the APC and the SLPP for legalize abortion without the knowledge of the woman them, without the knowledge of the girl picking them, without the knowledge of the parent, the young man them, and everybody in the country where this law get for effect. And we still they ask the question, if them politicians they are believe say then so-called safe motherhood bill, the abortion act, the abortion law where they want for pass, they in the interest of the country, they in the interest of the women, the men, the girls, and young men, young ladies, and everybody in the country. Why are they hiding? And why then decide for smuggle the name abortion under the so-called safe motherhood? And if the people that really care about safe motherhood, they really care about the protection of the rights of women and girls, they no go even hide, because you do not need a safe motherhood act. You do not need an abortion bill for improve the health sector of Sierra Leone, for improve healthcare services, not just for women and girls, but for every Sierra Leonean, because healthcare is a social right. Social service delivery, now a social right. Now the responsibility of the state is the responsibility of the government for provide basic economic and social services for its own citizens. Those services include electricity, they include safe and pure drinking water, they include quality, real quality education, access to good roads, public housing, employment, jobs, a stable economy, good hospitals, better wages for public sector workers, including nurses and doctors. We don't talk about how in we last episode, how the nutritionist of Maada Bio, the presidential nutritionist, will be non-published salary, earning salary, somebody with no qualification, earning salaries that are 10 times more than a senior nurse. How political appointees with no qualifications are earning 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 10 times more than the salaries of professors, academics, lecturers, doctors. In fact, in Sierra Leone, apart from the absence of healthcare facilities, broken healthcare sector, we have and the shortage of qualified personnel, we have a situation where the men and women who are working in our healthcare sector are not only irregularly paid, but they are not even better paid. Now we get these politicians who think say the only approach to addressing the healthcare sector now by passing an abortion law, legalizing abortion in an environment where there are no effective healthcare services, and not only doing that, but trying to legalize abortion in a secret way, lying to the people, pretending that the abortion law is about protecting mothers and protecting young girls and our women. If that is the case, why are you hiding it? So like I give the example of the Fula Imam, Eastern Freetown, we call me, they ask, Baba, na Tiru say them politician they want for make law where they legalize abortion. I tell them say yes, na true one Baba. Not to lie you. And for no say in 2015, when the parliament passed the law that Anes by Kuruma rejected, the abortion law, that Anes by Kuruma rejected at the time, one of the leaders of parliament, the deputy speaker of parliament, Baba, Nabin Cherno Ramadan Majuba. Today, in 2024, We Maada don't go make the law and one pass and secretly back in parliament. One of the politicians in front of the politics of Sierra Leone, he also include Mohamed Julde Jallo. When I go count, I left one now for think about the other people them in the cabinet where they advocate and argue the lie about what in this abortion law they about. We can build more hospitals. We can build primary care health centers across the country, from Kono, from Gandon to Jabima Fiama, to Kalamba, to Gbenembu, Goaun Chiefdom, to Sanda Chendaren Chiefdom, to Sanda Mabolonto, right up to Freetown, to Shabro Island, where Maada don't sell already to private companies. Secretly back where nobody know. To Pujeung, to Kailaung, now able build hospital them, build good roads, provide electricity, effective healthcare, robust primary healthcare facilities that will prevent the rising perennial, chronic infant and maternal mortality. What make woman they get beled and they die in a hospital? Now because medicine not the good hospital they not the healthcare facilities are not available. Who now the politicians themselves in the country, ministers, parliamentarians, vice presidents, president, we then sick now for fly, take the country money, fly, go to Europe, go to America, go to France, go to Germany, can America, go London for go hospital. And then they go. They don't take that money there for build hospital in the country. Train doctors there. You get a country where the universities, teacher training colleges are turned into universities with no qualified teachers, no qualified academics. Universities where bachelor's degree holders are teaching bachelor's degree students. Master's degree holders are teaching so-called master's degree students across the board. That is what we have. Universities with no professoriate. Universities where 80% or more of the people teaching in our universities, from Makeni to Jala to Frobe College to Miltimagai, all over the country, more than 85% of the teaching staff are people with no terminal degrees in the subjects that they are teaching. In other words, they have no business being in a university to teach. If anything, they should be students in the departments that they are so-called heads of departments. Check. And another one they had to tell you about free quality education. Then they tell we about human capital development. Then they tell we say abortion bill now for improve human capital development in a country with broken healthcare facilities, country with no ambulances. And we talk about NTR because now so they set up a research program, a bioterror research program. We end up in years later plunge the country into a health crisis, the Ebola epidemic. Up to now, nobody has investigated the circumstances will lead to that catastrophe there. People are still dealing with the lingering effect of Ebola. A situation which BBC SSF reports say a plane load of blood from Ebola patients was being shipped out of the country to South Africa, Belgium, and right across treaty. Nobody know account for what happened to that blood from Ebola patients, supposed Ebola patients from Sierra Leone. This is the same country when they talk about legalizing abortion without the knowledge of the people. You set up a CDC-funded research program, internationally funded research program in Sierra Leone, looking into pathogens and the weaponization of pathogens as part of the war against bioterrorism research in eastern Sierra Leone without the knowledge of the public. Nobody ever know. What do we see? Boom! Between 2004 to 2014, now Ebola outbreak now happen. It not only affects Sierra Leone, it affects the entire region. Guinea, Liberia, Sierra Leone. Today we will not even know how many people die. Talk less of the people and still where they suffer from the lingering impacts of that epidemic. So these are the issues. And this is why we are concerned that when you say you run a country as a government, you cannot run it like Andy Bale, like a Poro Bush, like saying an Oje society or Poro society or Wunde, who sign are the members of the society no more. People who join Poro or who join Wunde or who they part of the Oje, that they no more go know what's inside the Oje, the Bale or the Poro Bush or the Wunde society Bush. Government are for everybody. Public policies for the public. Laws, you cannot change the constitution the national laws without the knowledge of the public for whom you claim you are making laws and policies for. So the question still remains, why una they hide if una believe, say, the bill, they in the interest of women, in the interest of the country, in the interest of the population, and the protection of women and girls? Why did you hide? Why are you still hiding? Why are you still lying? They not only lie about the origin of the bill and the content of the bill and what in the bill they are about, the intention of the bill, they don't also begin the lie by the religious leader and say the religious leader they don't accept, or they don't accept some part of the bill, they don't accept other part of the bill. Lie. So in front of me, I get this statement issued on the 17th of December 2024, supposedly from the Interreligious Council of Sierra Leone, which reads, "Dear honorable members, we are writing as the Interreligious Council of Sierra Leone to understand your position on the Safe Motherhood Bill currently before the Parliament of Sierra Leone, which will legalize abortion up to 14 weeks of pregnancy and even throughout 9 months in a wide range of situations. To disguise the killing of children and the ending of motherhood as safe motherhood is profoundly offensive." This is not what they say. The Interreligious Council say the hide when they hide the killing of children and the ending of motherhood as safe motherhood is profoundly offensive. You see, that's what we talk about consultation. If we have been consult and make public discussion, then we have done avoid all this kind of confrontation now. So that from the Interreligious Council. I'm not going to read everything for the sake of brevity, but this other statement I have in front of me is supposedly from the National Union of Muslim Students, issued on the 24th of December 2024. It is a press statement. We also say the most essential, but we firmly believe that the provisions of the Safe Motherhood Bill conflict with Islamic teachings and moral principles, and its implementation could lead to dire spiritual and societal consequences. And not only that, you get a third statement from the Catholic Bishops Conference of Sierra Leone, also, I mean, also jointly signed by the various bishops across the country, issued on the 18th of December 2024. We also similarly express the same concerns. And you cannot dismiss these ones as say, a religion, not a religion we talk about now, also because the Sierra Leonean population is mainly either Muslims and Christians. The president where you get is a member of the Catholic Church, a Catholic. In WEF, you say a Muslim. The vice president, likewise, is a Muslim. So each of the people where you go contact salon, either he identify himself as Muslim or Christian. Well, their own religious leader, and don't tell them, say, the law way they want for make in the interest of their own religious community. In other words, if the majority of the population is Muslim and Christian, and the representatives of these faith-based communities tell you, say, you are secretly trying to make a law that is not in the interest of our faith-based communities, then where is the legitimacy? Who are you making the laws for? Are you making the laws for yourself, for your own small and big heads? Or you are making the law, you want for legalize abortion for another constituency where you represent, which will be the international organizations that are providing money. One such organization is the World Bank, that has said they have earmarked $80 million for legal reforms in Sierra Leone that will legalize abortion and make bondo business illegal. And not only that, that will reform the Electricity Act and open up the energy sector to multinational corporations who have already exploited our idea, our desire for electricity in Sierra Leone, and piled debts on our heads, and still the services are not available. We're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars in debt, $1 billion in debts for services that are still unavailable. Now, for make una get $80 million, una want for secretly make abortion legal, make bondo business illegal, and pass law we go reform the Electricity Act for protect vampire corporations, the interest. This is why in the previous episode we talk about two cartels that we're dealing with. An energy cartel led by Kandeyum Kela and the Vice President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, who I get right now, Mohamed Julde Jallo, will come to this later. The second cartel that we've been highlighting in the last couple of days now, I would say a week, now this feminist gender cartel. But both these cartels, there are many other cartels, but these energy cartel and this feminist gender cartel, they are both pimping the struggle of women, the poverty of the population of Sierra Leone for advance their own financial and political agenda, for make money for themselves at the expense of the poverty and at the expense of the development of the country. They are using the poverty of the population, pimping the poverty of the population for advance their own material and political agenda. This is how the poverty reduction strategy paper has been commercialized, how poverty has been commercialized, how gender violence has been commercialized. In the past, we don't talk about Fatima Bio in use of gender violence, how they trade gender violence for advancing your own material interest and the corruption associated with it. It is not different than the same thing they talk about here. If these people actually believe, say, they want for develop a robust healthcare system, they want for provide healthcare services to lactating mothers, to pregnant women, protecting our babies, infant, for reduce the infant and maternal mortality statistics in the country, they can do it without even an abortion bill. All what they need now for reduce the thief when they thief the public money, bill hospital them across the country, train nurses, pay doctors well, provide the ambulatory services that we need for make sure, say, from the remote village in Kailaun to the remote village in Bombali and Tonkolili to Koinadugu and Falaba, any side where woman get belle, we want for born, you go get easy access to healthcare center. We go get staffed with the required maternal services and expertise and facilities we go make it deliver joyfully. So salon no more you go for born picking, you be in a death sentence, na gamble. Either the mommy die and the pikin together, or the mommy survive, the pikin die. If you born a salon, the woman and the pikin they all come out alive. A big luck you get. They have reduced the production of life into a gamble. And this not by accident, because the money, the resources that are meant to provide effective social services, good, robust healthcare system, we go take care of with pregnant women, take care of with girls, take care of with newborn babies, and reduce the infant and maternal death rate in the country, are being looted by politicians and the multinational corporations. You talk about abortion in a country that has no electricity, where 90% of the population live without electricity supply. 90% of the population live without access to healthcare. Now there you talk, say you want for legalize abortion, where the few doctors and nurses that we have in the country who are working under extraneous circumstances with no facilities are not even regularly paid. They are not even better paid. Political appointees with no qualifications, just because they support a corrupt political party and the president, they are willing to kill for their political party, are given positions where they are paid salaries that are 10 times more than qualified medical officers, qualified lecturers,